Beat the buzz. This is the Smith family. They traveled to Mexico. Suddenly, a swarm of mosquitoes appear. So they get bitten by mosquitoes everywhere. Well, we have a solution.
Our new bug-repelling Dragon Band.
The Dragon Band is a Fitbit-like bracelet or anklet that emits the sound of a dragonfly's wings to scare both the female and male mosquitoes away. The sound is close to impossible to hear unless you put the device up to your ear. People don't want chemicals, sprays, and things you have to reapply. That's the beauty of the Dragon Band.
We use the sound of a dragonfly's wings because dragonflies are predators of mosquitoes, thus scaring the mosquitoes away.
We surveyed 34 people spanning from ages 11 to 62. Are you open to wearing a bracelet or anklet? 91% yes. Are you concerned about getting bitten by a mosquito? 76% yes. Are you concerned about the recent outbreak of Zika or other diseases carried by mosquitoes? 73% yes. Have you ever been bitten by a mosquito? 100% yes.
As you can see, an overwhelming majority replied yes to our questions.
Our target market includes world travelers, pregnant women, people living in humid climates, and average Joes.
Bug sprays, citronella candles, and tiki torches are our competition. However, bug sprays are always faulty, need to be reapplied, and can smell terrible. Citronella candles may work, but they can only protect you from about 1 to 2 feet away.
However, our device is not faulty, does not need to be reapplied, and is close to impossible to hear. Also, we protect you with a radius of 12 square feet.
Our closest competition, Radar Can, is a Spanish company that sells mosquito, ant, rat, mouse, and cockroach repellers.
Their mosquito repelling bracelet uses male mosquito wing frequencies to repel female mosquitoes. However, their repeller does not repel both male and female mosquitoes. Ours does. Our mosquito repeller will have a 12 square foot radius, 2 times the size of Radar Cans. So Radar Can, more like Radar Can.
Our marketing methods include word of mouth, search engines, ads, Facebook, Twitter, trade shows, Instagram, Snapchat, and other methods.
Now, onto our costs and profit. The band will be $2. The sound emitting device will be $3. The plastic casing and clip will be 10 cents, totaling $5.10 in costs.
We would sell our Dragon Band for $35, therefore making a profit of $29.90, enough to make another 5 Dragon Bands.
So, it's $5.10 to manufacture each band, $15,000 for creating an online store and website, along with $20,000 in research costs, totaling a $55,000 investment. Now this is also including a starting batch of our $5.10 for each Dragon Band.
Our future includes creating larger versions of our noise-emitting device that are stationary and protect a larger area, partnering with fashion companies to create and explore different band designs and give us popularity to spread our name, and to spreading onto Amazon and to create an online store once our product becomes more popular.
What we ask from you is mentorship, funding, and feedback.
I am the CEO, Eitan Markner-Feld.
I am the COO, Sarah Lootens.
And I'm the CTO, Jordan Hoffman.
And we are Dragon Band. Beat the buzz.
Okay, so first of all, I want to compliment all 3 of you for a great presentation. I like the eye contact. That's very important. So you did a very nice job. Help me understand, first of all, the technology behind this.
So what's inside, so we have a sound emitting device which is programmed to emit the sound of a dragonfly's wings to scare both the female and male mosquitoes away. And this is all mosquitoes. So Zika mosquitoes, malaria mosquitoes, all different kinds of mosquitoes, so that you aren't bitten.
Okay, and so the dragonfly is a natural predator of the mosquito, I assume?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
And do we care about the male mosquito? I thought it was just the female mosquito that was the problem.
Well, so it's just the female mosquito that bites, but the male mosquito is also there. And bugs in general are just annoying because you constantly have to swat them away every 5 seconds. And we don't want that.
I echo what Michael said about your presentation. Nice job. I'm also really impressed with the fact that you've thought about some further product extensions downstream. You mentioned fashion components and talked specifically about some of your vendors. Talk to me a little bit more about maybe how you might incorporate it into other things besides a bracelet.
We plan to do stationary devices that can cover larger areas outside, and yeah, stuff like that.
So like you could leave this product on your porch and you could protect your family while you're eating dinner outside, or you could have a pool party and not worry about mosquitoes.
Well, I also echo, great job and great presentation, really good. From where we're sitting, really good eye contact, really good, sort of steady, and nice slides. First of all, do you know if this would actually work? Like, would it work, or are you sort of guessing whether it would work?
So we have done a lot of research, and that is included in our investment, $20,000 in research costs.
Yeah.
Because, so we looked on BBC and we found an article, so we are looking and continuing to research how it will work, but we are certain that it does work.
Okay, so let's assume that it's possible that it would work, right? So I guess the thing that's most interesting to me is in 2.5 weeks, the three of you came up with an idea that I would 100% buy. Not even a question, and I would give you $50,000, no question, if you could prove to me that it would work. Because you could sell 6 billion of these, right? I mean, everybody wants one of these. I can't imagine you couldn't sell a zillion of them. So I think you've got a totally home run idea, not even a question. The question is, number one, can you actually would this work, right? Would you get a repel with mosquitoes? So let's assume it would. And two, could you build the company and make it happen fast enough? So I guess the question for me would be, what would you do next, right? Maybe not this year, you probably got to go back to school. But like, if you're really thinking about, okay, I was going to try to build this business, who do you think you would need as your fourth person? Like, who would you go looking for in the audience? Not an actual, don't say her, but like, what kind of person would you want next to help you to push your company forward?
I think that we would want an engineer, someone who knows a lot about sound and a lot about mosquitoes in general as well.
Yeah, that's my answer too. So I judged a bunch of competitions at the college level that are like this, and I'll tell you, your idea is as good as a lot of the ideas I see at the college level all day long. But what they have that you don't have is they walk over to their engineering school and they find a sound engineer and they start working on, is the idea, really plausible? And that's, I think, what you'd have to do next. What's great is, you've got these coders in the room, and I was sitting watching the coding ones and thinking, you got to go talk to some of the business teams, and the business teams have to hook up with the coders, right? Similarly, I think your next step would be, you got to find somebody who thinks they can actually build this thing. And if you can give me a prototype like the lemonade that I can wear outside my house when I'm eating dinner and I don't get bit, you're not gonna have a problem finding people who want to build this with you. So, great idea.
So, fairly healthy profit margins in that at a roughly $5 cost and a $35 profit. Have you given any consideration to a social component of the organization, particularly considering so many countries in the world suffer greatly with mosquitoes, malaria, other diseases? Any conversations about a social component for your company?
Yeah, so we were thinking of doing something similar to what Tom's does, is that every time you buy a pair of shoes, they give a pair of shoes to someone in need. And so we were thinking we would do something similar to that, in which every 3 or 5 bands sold, we would give one to someone in need.
Great idea. Thanks.